Hello everyone, welcome to another Green Dragons Game Club. Without us, they never feel like winners. Without them, we couldn't look so good. So again, we're West Chester, Pennsylvania Gaming Club. If you're in the area, any of the surrounding states, do me a favor, reach out to us. We're always looking to turn around and meet like-minded players and just get together and have a good time. So a group of us, at least 6 of us, are heading off down to North Carolina at the end of this month, so literally just 2 more weeks from now. So we're trying to get our armies ready. We have until the 18th to get our armies ready for Brawlers Bash out in the Atomic Empires. And we're just it's going to be a blast. We know a lot of the guys we've met once bitten in that group. Wargaming from the Balcony is going to be there. So many other groups are going to be there. I think it's right now over 50 players, but regardless, the atmosphere I think makes everything. Besides being able to buy beer in a game store, which I think is phenomenal, but the atmosphere, the players, they're nice, they're fun. Even when you're getting your tail kicked, it's like, oh hey, what's going on? And nothing but smiles. Can't say enough. So we're looking forward to that. Todd Wyatt has another tournament coming up. It's a team tournament up in the end of May. I want to see it's Memorial Weekend. And as much as I would absolutely love to go to that one, unfortunately, I have a daughter being born at the end of April. So I will not be able to go to that. And because of that, I don't think my group's going to be able to go. But if you're listening to this, if you're in that area, it's down in Virginia, look it up. It's everything's posted up on the Ninth Age forums. Definitely look it up. That sounds like a blast. Mountain Mayhem will be coming up next few months. Otherwise, you've got other things just in Ohio, about 6 states away, like I think Ocon and a bunch of other stuff. But regardless, on to the main event. So this is going to be a game for preparations for Brawlers Bash. And it is Lord Dan's Vermin Empire versus Sir MC's Stumpy Dwarves. That's always what I call my dwarves, are Stumpy Dwarves. I'm going to have to take a picture of how many dwarves I have. It's scary. And I just think I want to have my fully painted working army. Granted, I think Dan and I are going to throw down 15,000 points aside. Another 2 of our players are going to throw down another 15,000. So we're going to have 30,000 points on a table. We're going to have to turn around and definitely extend that table, which I can easily do, but oh my god, that's going to be 30,000 points. We're going to have to figure out how to do magic and crap, but who cares? Till then, 6,000 points for this game. And here's my list. Same list, not changing anything right now. Pretty solid because of how it works. Goes really, really with my play style. It's got survivability. It's got damage output. It's got tricks. It's not a one-trick pony. It performs in every phase. Pause it. Questions, anything else, feel free to contact me up on the forum. So this is Dan's list, and I actually really like this list right now, but I definitely see some things I would like him to work with. But let me go through what I like, okay, and then I'll get to what I don't like in the next pick. So right now he's got the Plague Prophet. That thing, well, we found out later on it's not a legal build, but for what it's worth, it is a nasty, nasty build right now. His Tyrant with the Doom Blade. If that thing gets into combat, it is deadly. It's devastating. It's strength 10 d6 wounds. Ouch. He's got the assassin with the armlets of power. Divine Icon. I honestly think that the armlets of power are a waste. I don't know. I would rather see him with the potion of strength than Divine Icon, but I'm not sure. God, I have not been able to use, because of that I've been playing dwarves, I've not used the core book anymore, because everything comes out of the dwarf book itself. But can you use the Divine Icon and the potion of strength? I'll try looking for that. Meanwhile, his chief BSB's got is so he doesn't have to go to the front rank. He's got the War Banner. He's got the Magister, which has 3 learned spells. Therefore, 4 spells, by the way. 3 learn equals 4 spells. The Vermin Guard, the reason, and Ryan asked him about this, the reason for 20 Vermin Guard versus, say, another unit of Clan Rats is like, first off, yeah, they're a bunker. B, they still have more hitting power, and they're always strength 4. So when you're looking for damage output, yeah, you're rolling more dice, and odds are that you're going to do more dice, more wounds. However, I've always, I've always gone with this is never tell me the odds. Just don't. I don't want to know. To me, a Vermin Guard is a better choice. So I think it's going to have more damage output. It's going to hurt elves. I think they strike at initiative 5. So there are a lot of good things about the Vermin Guard. Now, what's his name? Chris's Skaven AZ did a great point comparison to them. And you know what? You cannot take the Divine Icon with the Potion of Strength. Okay, so that cancels that idea. But he really did a good point comparison between the Vermin Guard and whatever the Plague Rats are called now. The let's see, it should be actually here. Plague Brotherhood. Is Plague Brotherhood point for point with the Pendulum versus the point for point, the, say, Vermin Guard with the Bell? It's a better purchase, being the Plague Brotherhood with the Furnace. But I like the small unit. I really, really do. Let's see. He's got a huge brick of Clan Rats. He's got a huge brick of Plague Brotherhood. He's got 1 meat grinder that should go in the unit. He's got another meat grinder that's going to go solo. Now, their only defense is their T4, I believe, and either T4 or T5. Pretty sure they're T4 with a 2-up armor. That's still, that can be dangerous. And the reason why that can be dangerous is he's got other toys in his army that you want to go after. So I'm going to ignore that. And that meat grinder gets into combat, it can clear out a weak unit of infantry. Like any of my basic dwarves, even my spears, it can clear a good chunk of them out before I'm able to take that thing out of the game. Especially if he plans it properly. He's got his Dreadmill, of course, 2 units of Plague Disciples. I'll have to do a better job against those things. He's got 2 units of Gutter Runners that ambush. He's got 3 Rotary Guns, a Plague Catapult. Really, really like that. That's devastating and an abomination. There's been a lot of hate mail on the boards regarding the A-Bomb. I don't think the A-Bomb is a bad monster. Those of you who are watching this, I'm sure you're probably saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not a bad monster. Actually, it's a good monster. It's got a 4-up regen save. It's T5 or 6. I want to say it's T5. I forget how many wounds. However, with it being like that in stubborn leadership, stubborn 8, it's not designed to go into the front of, let's say, Ogre Tribesman. Actually, Ogre Tribesman could give him a good run for the money. It's not designed to go into the front of, say, Great Swords or front of anything with a Flaming Banner. It's designed at that point for those style units to go into the flank. Now let's say you have a brick of infantry. It is designed to go into and through the brick of infantry. It is. It's, oh god, 3d6 attacks? So average, what, 8, 9 attacks? 10 attacks? But you have potential for 18, just like you have the potential for 3. But the thing was, with that potential for 3 attacks, you then have the wounds. You still have the D6 auto hits. Then, on top of that, the complaint is for the 4-up weapon skill 3. Well, the reason for weapon skill 3 is this way it always hits on 4s. Unless you're a peasant, unless you're Vermin Swarm slave or something, or a goblin, it always hits on a 4, which I think is the right play. I think hitting on 3s, I think a higher weapon skill is not an answer or the fix for that one. Again, I actually like it. Point for point, I actually really, really like the A-bomb. And that's that. So we're going to Brawlers Bash. This is we're using cards. And which deployment type was this? Classic. Then before Scouts, therefore before Vanguards, we had to pick a card. My card was to wasn't to flee. I can't remember what my card was. I just played this game on Thursday. Wow. His card, we couldn't use let him use one go first. Oh no, my card was table quarters. I remember his. Dan, if you're listening, please do me a favor and post what you were going to, what you chose for your card. So, as I said previously, I really like his list, but there's one thing I don't like about his list. This is it. This is his army. Okay, I want to show one more pick of the board. So this is actually after Vanguards. So I had 3 units that Vanguarded because of the cards. The unit all the way on the far side of the table normally does not get the Vanguard. He only has troops in half the board. So it was a great ploy by my opponent, by Dan, because basically a good chunk of my army is useless. One of my organ guns is useless. My Seekers are useless. My handgunners are useless. These are core. These are the core essence of my army. The core essence. My Spears, my 1 unit Deep Watch, my 2 organ guns, my handgunners, and my Warriors. That's my 4.5. That's my core of my army. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't. I think he played it very, very well. He dropped everything so you get first turn at some point. Or no, or I think yeah. So after first, no, I'm sorry. I chose to go second, so he moved everything, and his A-bomb got close, but did not quite reach that unit of infantry. But might have been a decent idea had he hit the unit of infantry, because then would have given me a flank from other things. Gray area. Otherwise, nothing really big of note. But while we were getting our game on, I took a quick pick at the table next to us, and there's Ryan and Brett going at it. So there's a picture of the Orcs and Goblins versus the Ogres, and what you guys are going to be seeing, except for those 3 empty bases, I believe will become Grotlings at some point. So during shooting, he kills 1 of my Deep Watch, and that was it. So now it's Dwarves' turn 1. I turn around, I charge into his Dreadmill. I did attempt some other charges, but I failed, like the Warriors all the way inside. I did not purposely put them in front of the A-bomb like that. They failed a charge. And that's that. Overall, pretty happy. Handgunners took out that 1 model over there. My Rangers took out 1. A-bomb only put 3 wounds on. I was only able to put 3 wounds on with it getting shot at by 10 crossbows, my engineer with 4 shots, and my runic crafted organ gun. That's a lot of shots, and it only took 3 wounds. Why? Man was making his 4-up regen save like mad. My flaming cannons all the way on the other side of the board, useless. Useless, I say. So over there, the Great Weapons, they took 1 wound, but killed that Dreadmill. So they overrun into the Plague Disciples. So Plague Disciples, I remember from way back when they actually used to be my Plague Disciples. They were nasty. They were one of my favorite units, one of my favorite models. And I'm interested to see how it turns out. I really, because to me, back in the day, those 5 remaining models just should eat my Warriors. Let's see. So now it's Vermin Swarm turn 2. And here's how the board looks. He got his big Abomination into the flank of the Warriors because I failed that charge. Because I actually did try it. It was a makeable charge. I just rolled dismally into the meat grinder. And that's it. Otherwise, he's just moving everything up. He did not choose to charge with anything. Yeah, that's it. And you got the unit of I don't know what they're called now. I don't know, the gutter runners on the board. And again, half my army is completely useless. So going the wrong way. His totemic summons goes into the back of the archers. So therefore, I do not get shield wall because it's in the rear. His A bomb turns around. There's that. Kills 6 of the guys, so I lose my steadfast. I break, I run, I pop through everything, I make it okay. However, going against the totemic summons, which is that I don't have a problem with the spell causing a unit to come on the board. It's T5, strength 5. It's automatically in your rear, then random movement, so you can't predict where it's going to go. It's strong for what it does for its point cost. So let's see. Although it is pure chance that you get that off. The totemic summons only kills 2, so that unit there sticks around with leadership 9. Over there, they turn around and killed for 6 of them versus 3 disciples. It's kind of what I expected to happen. So that now we're into Dwarf's turn, and turn around. I finally am able to take out the A-bomb. It took both the engineers shooting at it and the organ gun. I was hoping the engineer could just do those last 2 wounds because his weapon is fire. However, it did not. Over here in close combat, I lose another 2, and that's it. So I had charged, and sorry for not having a big overall picture. Again, it was late, tired, just not a lot of pictures. So I charged with both my Rangers and my King's unit into his small unit of disciples, and which case they did exactly what I would expect them to do. They killed 6 of my Deep Watch. Good move by him. Both units overrun, and that's how it looks. Now I wanted him to turn around and be able to see my flank, so he could charge the Rangers and everything else. However, he chose to charge the spears, which fled because I didn't want him to make that charge. And then he tried to redirect into a Deep Watch, which has a character in it, which I'm like, all right, go for it. He fails that charge. And anything else? That's it. And he and I spoke at this point. The reason why he didn't do that charge is he saw the setup. He saw it perfectly. As if he turned around and if he was able to actually charge the flank of the Rangers, he would have blown up the Rangers. The King and his unit most likely would have still been there no matter what. And then he set up a perfect flank charge for my other unit, Deep Watch there. So combat with his Big Bell, he had a spell buff on it. He +1 toughness. And let's see. He charged into those guys, being the Seekers. My Rangers came up on the field, and he turned around to face them. I don't remember what did 2 wounds to me. So eventually, he ends up killing those 3, 2 live, and I'm unbreakable. I forgot they have You're Coming With Me. So when they die, they still get to hit you. Completely forgot about that. Let's see. So it's Deep Watch turn 3, or Dwarves turn 3. At the end of the friendly player's movement phase, you have to roll for that Doomblade. That Doomblade. So Dan, I love playing Dan. He truly, truly is an awesome opponent. But one of the things he does is it's a wound. You get to roll the wound against my model. I rolled a 6, a 5, and then a 6. That killed his character. He's going, son of a. And he's sitting there and goes, I figured this out. It's 1 in every 32 games that something like this would happen. 1 in every 32. I'm glad it happened now. Like, alright. To me, it's still bad luck that your model killed itself without ever getting into combat. Let's see. I got Junior into the... I didn't show the number of wounds. Alright. So I got Junior into the flank of the totemic summons. So I want to go back just a few pictures, and I do apologize for not showing a good picture. So here's the question that we posted up on the boards. Is his... it's not the bell, it's the Plague Furnace, is a character mount. So character mounts do not get swirling melee, but special attack says it goes against the unit. However, if you're in a challenge, those stomps and special attacks no longer go against the units, they go into the challenge. And it doesn't have swirling melee, has to only strike the model that's in base contact with. So, who does it hit? Does it hit only the king, or does it hit the rest of the unit? That's the question. It's questioned up on the boards. I think right now we're preparing for tournament, and rules as written, it's only going to hit the king. In my basement, we're going to be playing it when we start playing friendly games and not tournament play, tournament preparation. It's going to turn around and hit the unit because of what it's meant to do. But it's one of those things that goes, which way is it supposed to go? Rules as meant? In which case, that's not rules as written, and just because we have to go with the way you write it down. So he uses his pendulum, kills out all 5 rangers, and he ends up killing, I think, like 4 of the Deep Watch. I make my stubborn tests, and that's it. So going back to where we were, that guy dies. I charge into the Deep Watch, and yeah, that unit still has its meat grinder attached to it, and that's it. That's all I've got. As I said, I was charged into totemic summons. Junior easily kills the totemic summons and gets into the gutter blades. His second unit of gutter blades have not yet made the board. And that's it. So now I shot the rotary gun, and because the rotary gun, the meat grinder turned around and fled and is fleeing. Over here, I just like this. I like these picks because when you drop it down to eye level, to me it's just cool. It's like, this is what's actually going on rather than having that bird's eye view. Let's see. Over here, I charged in. He killed 4. He had such angry storm vermin. Killed 4 of my miners versus 1 of his. We both like, should not be happening, but that's exactly what happened. Over here, I had the -1 in wounds, so he only got 2 wounds on my Deep Watch. And I killed some of his rats, and that was about it. So now it's turn 4. And now it's going to go into the slow grind. So, again, he's grinding out my miners. We're just going to get to... He turns around, his last remaining rotary gun kills those 2 guys. His catapult turns around and kills that many 3, 6, 8 spearmen, which is a great lucky shot on his part, because he needs 5s to wound me. Over there, it's still more grinding, and I can't kill his assassin, and I can't kill his pendulum, his furnace. I just can't do it. So now it's dwarf turn around and shoot off the other meat grinder. He does a couple wounds there. I do more wounds to him. I'm still winning that combat. He's making his leadership test because he still has his BSB there in the middle of the unit. And he has me down to 1 Deep Watch at this point in time. 1 Deep Watch. So yeah, he's like, no, there's 1 left. It's still stubborn. Yep. That's all I can say is yep. I think I finally killed the assassin this turn. And then that was it. And over here, he turns around, he shoots 4 of them, they make it, and then they shoot that rotary gun off the board. So let me just go back to this main bird's eye view. So what ends up happening for the rest of the game, because I don't have any more pictures for our game, is I get Junior and the archers into the flank of that big block of clan rats, and he eventually kills the champion. He kills my runic smith. My king needs a 4 to stay and sticks it out, and eventually kills his furnace. That one lone vengeance seeker is still on the board, will eventually make it to that unit turn 6. They break that unit because he rolled a 9 twice and he was leadership 8 and caught them and ran them down. So he ends up having still on the board his mage, that bunker, and his one unit of the clan rats, which is going to be getting whittled down. That's what happens at the end of turn 6. Overall, I like his list. I think Dan's finally. I think he needs a couple more play tests. I think he had some bad luck because that second unit of gutter runners didn't come on the board till like turn 5. And I do want. Oh, hold on. So Dwarven holds victory. To me, the MVP played Pendulum. It killed a unit of Deep Watch by itself. And the King killed the furnace or the Pendulum, and he also and therefore was able to run down that unit once he had reinforcements. So I do want to go back to the very, very beginning of deployment because I really do like Dan's list. I really do. But I want to point out the one thing that has me concerned with this list. Eventually, come on, that's their game. All right, so the one thing that has me concerned with this list is how compact it is. It really is compact. So in a game such as this, it's a really good thing because if you're going drop for drop, I think he may have had me out dropped because I eventually dropped everything. But so drop for drop, he's got me. But if we turn around and play some of the other different style games, he's so compact that if I'm playing at my Equitane list, all right, and I actually get turn 1, I'm already across the board, okay, and rounding flank. So he's going to be turning around and taking a defensive position. And then if you get flanked, it's really, really a tough call. It's really a tough sell on having an army that's that compact for me, for my play style. That's my one concern. But at the same time, he's got the A-bomb, he's got the Doom Wheel, he's got those little the Plague Sensor Bearers, he's got his rotary guns. You can make the argument that he can turn around and keep whatever you're going to be sending against his flanks. He's got good anti-flankers. He has things that can solidify a flank. It's a good list overall. Just going to leave it at that. Just good list overall. Just a couple things that have me, if I was playing that list, going not sure versus myself. If you look at my dwarves, which I know a lot of people play compact dwarves, and I don't. My army's so widespread. Unless I really see what my opponent's doing for multiple different reasons. But as a dwarf player, I run that disadvantage of, all right, if he does what he did, half my army's out until like turn 4, because I am only speed 3, even with a March 9. That's it. So any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to post them. Until next time, happy gaming.